A few weeks ago, I flew out to Vegas to play in an NFL flag football tournament.
Oh yeah!
This was my first time ever playing flag football, and there's a lot I wish I knew sooner. It's way different from regular football. So I wanted to share some flag football quarterback tips and tell you guys about my experience playing in this tournament. When we first arrived at the field, there were kid and adult tournaments going on like 8 different football fields. I had no idea flag football was this popular. 4 of our players didn't show up, leaving us with only 1 substitute for the entire tournament. We had to play 5 games. Our team consisted of me, Mr., Tony, Randon, Raiden, and Izzy. We got off to a slow start, but once we learned the rules and how things go, it became light work. The blitz rule kind of threw me off, but they were running man coverage with nobody over the top. So we were able to score a couple of quick, easy touchdowns and take the lead.
The first thing I was not ready for are the blitzes. The defense gets unlimited blitzes, and there's no blitz count. So there's no 1 apple, 2 apple, 3 apple. They could just go. So basically every single play, you have a free runner coming at you. They just have to start 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. This means that you realistically have like 2 seconds to throw the ball. Tip number 1 is you have to learn how to keep your composure and throw with somebody in your face. It can seem like a lot when someone's waving their hands and jumping in your face, but they can't hit you. It's flag football. So stand in there, be confident, and make the throws that you need to make. Tip number 2, get the ball out fast. Especially if they have a fast rusher coming at you, you don't want to be back there holding onto the ball because they're going to get you down almost every single time. This also means you need to have a quick release throw. You can't have a super long windup and a super prolonged throwing motion. If you don't already have a quick windup, pay attention. Set up, pull the ball back to here, and then drive your elbow through. That's all it has to be. Get some reps with that, rehearse it in the mirror at home, and when you're warming up, be very focused on it, and the ball will start to come out quicker.
We won the first game, but it was hot in Vegas, so everybody was gassed by the second game. This game also started kind of slow, and somehow we were down at halftime. But the second half was a different story. They were talking a lot. And there's no way we were gonna let them just talk crazy and beat us. In this game, Randon cramped up, so I had to sub in on defense where I got a pick, and I even tipped a pass that got returned for a pick 6. Regardless of the circumstances, we still really wanted to win the tournament.
The next tip is you have to be comfortable making off-platform throws. You're not always going to be able to sit here perfectly lined up and then throw it to your guy. Sometimes you're going to have to be even foot throwing it to your right, or sometimes you might be running left and have to throw it with your body open, or running right, throwing it across your body. You're gonna have to make all types of throws with your body in different positions. The key to throwing off platform is staying on balance and in rhythm. The 3 pillars of ultimate accuracy are alignment, balance, and rhythm. When you're off platform, you don't have alignment, but you have to have balance and you have to have rhythm, which means you're staying centered and you're using your whole body motion to throw the ball. You're not just whipping your arm at the guy because then the ball's not gonna make it to him. It's gonna drop at his feet.
The third team we played had a real strategy. It looks like they've been playing flag football for years. By this time, we were all gassed and we didn't have any substitutes. And the guy rushing me every single play was a smaller, more agile guy.
You gotta get back here, you gotta get back here.
Yeah, Turbo!
With everybody tired, it was tough to find open receivers with the 2 seconds I had to throw the ball. After all, nobody that showed up even played wide receiver. Mr. was my main target, but he plays safety in the XFL. Luckily, it was a double elimination tournament because we took our first loss in that game.
And the next tip to deal with the blitzes is you gotta know how to make the blitzer miss. Now, you could do this several ways. The most obvious ways is the simple sidestep, or you go the opposite way. The thing about flag football is it's not super hard to grab your flag. So these guys have a clear advantage. It's not like real football where you can spin off of a guy and they're gonna fall off the tackle. No, all they have to do is grab your flag and you're down. So you have to be very crafty with how you get away from the blitzers. A good strategy to get away from blitzers is to create an angle with them. So if you're blitzing straight at me, I'm gonna drift off this way. All of a sudden I know you're coming at this angle. I can either take off forward or spin off back. If you can move around a little bit in the pocket and you can create angles, it gives you a better chance of getting away from a blitzer than if you're just standing right in front of him and he's running right at you.
In the next game, we played against the same team that we played in the first game. We came out hot on offense, but we just lacked on defense.
Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah.
Because hey, we can't be in the zone and leave people open like that.
Raiden went down with an injury.
Hey, it's third down. It's third down.
We were down players, had no subs, and we'd been out in the Vegas sun for like 4 hours at this point. It was just a tough day for a team that was assembled last minute, right before the tournament, with no prior flag football experience. We ended up losing that game.
All right, my next tip to be an overall more successful flag football quarterback is to take what the defense gives you. You're not gonna be able to throw the ball for a touchdown downfield every single play. It's just not realistic. The field is skinny. The odds are that you're not gonna have somebody wide open down the field every single play. Don't be afraid to dink and dunk down the field and take what the defense gives you. If that's a quick pass, boom, you pick up 10, 15 yards, good. Now it's second down and you only have 10 more yards to get the first down. Don't pass up wide open receivers waiting for something else to come open. In a lot of cases, they won't come open. You just missed your opportunity to advance the ball. You can also hand the ball off in flag football. So you can do running plays and just give it to somebody and let them take off. Sometimes in flag football also, the ball will be snapped directly to the running back who then hands it to the quarterback, because then the quarterback can run at free will. He doesn't have to wait for somebody to blitz him to take off. This is another rule that was kind of weird to me in flag football. You have a 7-second play clock. So when you hike the ball, you can stand back here as long as nobody blitzes for 7 seconds before the refs are gonna blow it and it's a sack. This doesn't mean that you need to use all 7 seconds. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers in space. If you have a guy wide open with nobody around them and you get the ball in his hands quick, he has time to now advance upfield and potentially make a guy miss. That's a successful play.
And that same team we beat in the first game went on to win the entire tournament. Hindsight is always 20/20. It's always easy to identify what could have been better, what could have been done better after the fact. And even though I was kind of pissed off about losing, there was a lot that was out of my hands, so I tried to not be too hard on myself. After all, it was a great learning lesson.
All right, let's move on to the next tip, which is KYP. KYP means know your personnel. And know your personnel means don't throw the ball as hard as you can at somebody that can't catch the ball. You don't want to miss outside of their frame. You got to be able to make the ball catchable for everyone out there, or else you're just going to lose downs and potentially throw interceptions. And you don't want to throw the ball as hard as you can. You want to throw a nice catchable ball that will allow them to make a nice, easy catch. So if you take all the tips that I shared and try to classify them into one single piece of advice, you have to be extremely versatile if you want to play quarterback in flag football. If you want specific one-on-one coaching from me on your throwing mechanics, you can visit my website at throwdimes.com and you can submit videos of you throwing to me on there.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel for more quarterback content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.